you know, to those who disrespect her, those who don't respect Mother Nature, those who don't respect the planet in general, don't respect the animals, they just look at nature as a decoration, or it's just here, like it's not alive, it don't exist. People walk by trees all day, don't hug the trees, nothing. Don't speak to nature, don't speak to the plants, don't speak to the animals, nothing. Just they have life just like you have life, you know. But everything comes from nature, literally. If it's organic to the planet, I meant to say it comes from nature. Just like the gods and goddesses, the aboriginal, the indigenous people of this land, the carbonated beings that are the originals of this land, we come from nature. We come from divine source, and nature is divine source's creation, the Most High Divine Mother and Father's creation. So as gods and goddesses, as divine beings, we have a connection to this planet and to the cosmos and to everything that you see around you, like that's organic to this planet. That goes for the animals, nature, every natural source on this planet. So anybody who disrespects the planet, they're gonna receive swift judgment. That goes for the oppressors. That goes for anybody who is operating in a low frequency. Anybody that's just not trying to do the work to evolve and raise their frequency and heal along with the planet. Because as the planet shifts, anything that's not on a high vibrational frequency is gonna be eradicated, or anything that's not organic as well to this planet is gonna be eradicated. And that goes for black people too, that's not doing the work, that want to stay en route and stay in a low frequency, because this is a spiritual warfare. You have to raise your frequency in order to make it through this shift. If you don't make it, if you don't raise your frequency when the time these solar flares start to hit, because they already hitting, and it's a lot of, you know, UV radiation hitting from the sun daily, and it's upgrading and activating the gods as we receive the photon energy from the sun daily, as we get out here and ground and connect with Mother Nature. Those who not doing the work will be eradicated, or those who are soulless or don't have that lack of soul, they will be eradicated off this planet. Because in the time that we're the times that we're in now is the age of Aquarius, where we're in the age of I know, and we're no longer in the age of Pisces, where we was believing in shit, believing in what the oppressors taught us. Now it's all about us connecting back to our Akashic records and activating our God DEA that's been lying dormant, that they've been trying to keep us from connecting back to and raising our frequency to activate and walk back into. So that's why they do the things they do to the planet. Like, you know, they poison your food, all these different chemicals in the food. You know, they kill our animals, the oppressors. They kill our animals, kill them, slice them up, and throw them in these meat markets for you to eat. Just innocent animals, man, that don't deserve to just be slaughtered like that. Just think, like I said, I always use this example all the time. How would you feel if somebody slaughtered you up as a person, right, and served you in a meat market? How would you feel? So think about the energy. Think about how these animals feel. They're in fear when they're about to get slaughtered and killed. They're in fear. So every time you consume meat, every time you eat meat, it's keeping you at a low vibrational frequency. It's keeping you in fear. It's keeping you in your lowest nature. It's keeping you acting like an animal. You know, because you're eating meat, you're eating flesh, animals. You're eating animal genetics. As gods and goddesses, as aboriginals, people of this land, the indigenous, our teeth is not structured to break down and consume meat. And our digestive system is not designed to break down meat. That is only for the human being race, or you know, which is the race that has animal genetics, right? As gods and goddesses, and this is just genetic facts. This is not me being racist. This is science. Even down to the gods, right? We can't consume. We're not allowed to consume that meat. We can't eat. We're not supposed to be consuming that, because it's not in alignment with our digestive system and our body and the way that our body functions and regulates, because we are plant-based beings. So that means it's very important for us to be on an alkaline diet, to where we're on a plant-based diet, eating only things that come from nature, eating organic things. I meant to say, sorry about that. we're supposed to only be eating organic things that come from nature, that source put here for us to have, that's natural and organic, like our fruits and our vegetables, and mainly getting sunlight. That's really what we supposed to be taking in. Like, you have free will to do what you want to do, put whatever you want to put in your body, but I'm just letting you know, like, it's like we heading, like I said, we're in the times now where anything that's vibrating low will be eradicated. And if you're not doing the work to heal yourself and to release things that's keeping you in a low frequency, you're gonna get wiped up out of here if you're not doing the work. And that's when them solar flares actually fully hit the planet. Slowly, as the guys get out here, get this photon energy and connect with nature and get sun, you know, you're healing yourself. You're releasing a lot of toxins, family, and you're getting back to who you were anciently. You're connecting back to who you were before the Matrix programmed you to be try to move like a bot out here. Basically, you're connecting back to who you were anciently. So you start to not want, like, once you do the work, you will start to slowly back away from eating a lot of the processed foods and the meats and stuff like that. Because on my journey, before I got completely off of eating meat and like all this processed stuff, like, I literally was on like fish. I had to work my way down. I got off the pork and the beef, and then I went to chicken, and then I got off the chicken, and then I went to just eating strictly like fish and my fruits and vegetables, and then I completely got off the fish and just went straight fruits, vegetables, right? So it's like it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. And I'm not saying that to brag or saying I'm better than nobody else, because we've all been in that. We all been in the position where we was at our lowest frequency, or we was consuming meat or eating things that was not, you know, good for us or healthy for us and for our health, because we've been programmed and taught to eat meat. You know, we've been brought up within the black families, you know, in the black community, that, you know, it's okay to eat these things, and it's okay to, you know, eat this processed stuff and not actually do the work to heal ourselves and get back to our ancient practices, as far as learning more about our DNA and about who we are and what we come from, and about our entire body structure, because we are plant-based beings. And that's what Dr. Sebi was trying to tell us too, and that's why he was pushing the alkaline diet. How you think Dr. Sebi was able to cure a lot of these diseases before they took him out? Because they didn't want him out here curing people of AIDS. They didn't want him out here curing people of cancer. Because how could these pharmaceutical companies and this medical field make money if there's a healer out here healing people, especially when he's a black man doing it? You know, they don't want that. They want to be in power and control when it comes down to what we take, what we eat, and what, you know, as far as what we consume. You know, and it's like, that's why you have to learn about yourself. Get back to your roots and culture, and deprogram from the matrix and what the oppressor taught you to be. You know, because their genetics ain't the same as our genetics. They have animal genetics within there, and that's not bashing y'all human beings, but y'all are spliced with 1% of the God DNA, and the rest 90% animal genetics, because Yakub, the big head scientist, created y'all in the lab, Satan. So he created y'all race to go against the gods in the first place, you know. But that's a whole nother story. But like, it's just so deep, family. Like, they go out of their way every day to literally try to destroy you with all the chemicals and shit they put in the food. Like, literally, like, even them spraying chemtrails in the sky every day. That's poison that's being sprayed in our atmosphere, because clouds ain't real. Our natural source is the sun. As gods and goddesses, we're supposed to only be soaking in that sun, because the sun heals us. It cleanses our DNA. You know, it removes toxins out of our vessel, and damn near heals anything, you know. It damn near heals anything you could think of, even down to your hair. Like, even if you know, people say people losing, going bald, hair loss. You start getting that sun more, your hair gonna grow because of that vitamin D. It's a natural source of vitamin D. Like, when you really find out who you are, what you come from, and like, just knowing that you've been lied to, like, that shit is just disappointing, family. So, you know, that's real disappointing. And it's like, even down to the meats, they're using rats meat to put in the chicken. They using human flesh for the chicken, for the meat and stuff. At these fast food restaurants you go to, like even in the markets, all this stuff is basically human flesh, rat meat. Like a lot of these Chinese places and stuff, they actually be using rats, bro. Cut up cats, dogs to serve you and telling you that it's chicken and it's not. Because the thing is, right, the frequency is rising so high on the planet, they can't continue to keep actually harming and killing our animals for real. So they have to continue to clone this meat, have to continue to keep it rolling out there, or actually killing rats and things that's inorganic to have a source of food to continue feeding the mouths of the people here on the planet, because it's a huge population in America. It's a huge population of people in the world. And America is ran by evil fucking reptilians and evil fucking Pleiadians, right? Dark forces. So they don't give a shit about our health as people. They don't give a fuck about how we, our health conditions and shit like that, because they are running a matrix system, a simulation system to make profit and to continue making money, because that's their whole thing. They want to continue to make a profit to keep this system going, because really what they want from us is our energy. They just need to drain energy. This system want to drain, especially from the chosen ones and from the divine beings. They really want to drain our energy and take from us, because they need our energy to create. They need our energy to use for their benefits, because without our energy, this matrix can't thrive. That's why when you step away from the matrix and you decide to say fuck the system and you back away from the programming, then that's when they want to gang stalk you. That's when they want to send agents out here to keep an eye on you. That's when they want to fully watch you and keep an eye on you, because they know that you're no longer a part of their matrix. They know that you no longer can be controlled just like anybody else that's in a low frequency. So they have to watch you now, because it's like you on their radar. It's like, I don't know if y'all seen the movie, the movie with They Have, I believe it's They Have Eyes. Not They Have Eyes. They live. Not They Have Eyes, but They Live. I'm sorry about that, but They Live. Y'all remember when he put the black shades on? He was able to see different messages, like with his third eye, like what each symbol represented spiritually. Like, say for instance, like a restaurant might got they little slogan. You could, like, say how BK got a little slogan, have it your way, right? He was actually putting on the glasses and looking at certain like places, like restaurants, buildings, and he was actually seeing, and billboards too, and he was actually seeing with his third eye, like the spiritual meaning and the reason why they got all these different businesses in place. And that's to keep everybody in illusion, keep everybody spending, and keeping everybody in this loop, in this cycle of giving our money back to the system after you worked hard for everything that you for your money. Like, you worked hard for your money, but you basically have to buy goods and different things like that to support yourself, when you can naturally grow this stuff off the land. It was all natural resources that we had before it was sold in these markets and in these stores for us to go buy. So it's like, he put the glasses on, he was able to see everything around him. He was able to see through the illusions. And that's how it is for you, chosen. When you rise and you step back into your divinity and your third eye open, you see through the illusions. You see the bigger picture and the bigger messages behind what all this stuff was built on, or you just see through the illusions. Basically, you see through the fuckery, and how they basically out here not caring about people's health and just all about the money and making an income to keep their businesses and corporations running, when all this shit is falling, because now we're in the age of Aquarius, and anything that's inorganic or that was built off unrighteousness is falling, no longer can stand in the age of Aquarius. Everything is being revealed. So that's even down to when you look at other places, like other countries, they don't use the same ingredients in their foods and stuff the way like how America do. The foods and stuff in different countries is way more healthier than it is here. America fuck with everything. They put chemicals and processed stuff, and when you look on the back of the ingredients on the box of this stuff, right, it's more than 1 or 2, 3 ingredients. It's a whole fucking list of stuff on the back of that box when you look as far as the ingredients in it. And all of this shit is poison, and it's killing us, slowly killing you. And people wonder why they have problems with their health and why they have to go up here and see these medical people, right? And they don't give a fuck about you. And a lot of these reptilians, they hide in the medical field too, because they be needing blood. They need blood to live. They need blood. That's how they thrive. They like vampires. When they were showing you vampires on movies and shit, they really the vampires for real. And they can't take the sun. Anything that's inorganic to this planet will not be able to withstand that sun. Only anything that's organic will be able to be in that sun. Especially when them flares hit, them solar flares hit, you know. And like I'm telling you, them UV radiations ain't no joke, especially with the solar flares hitting and the frequency increasing on the planet at a rapid rate. Like that's gonna cause the guys to go straight into activation mode, and we steady activating and upgrading by the day the more that we get out here. So why you think they always trying to cover the sun? Like I said earlier with the chemtrails, they steady riding trying to make fake clouds, because clouds aren't even real. But the thing is, they know that that sun heals us, and they don't want us getting healed, because that's, you know, they don't want you to be in the best condition. They want you to be sick. They want to make money. They want to be able to, you know, do work on you, have you come into their medical they hospitals, or come into their doctor's offices so that they can, you know, do work on you, draw blood, figure out, you know, information about you so they can feed it to these reptilians, these evil forces. And you know, this shit is wicked, man. It's sick. It really go that deep. But family, I'm telling y'all, like, be mindful of like what you do out here. Like, have some, but mainly really have respect for Mother Nature. Because we in the times now where if you don't respect Mother Nature, you getting eradicated as well. You have to raise your frequency and shift along with Mother Nature in the age of Aquarius and in the times that we in. So you have to raise your frequency. And that means, you know, changing your diet as well if you could. Or slowly work on changing your diet. It might not be an overnight thing. Of course, it take work. But you got to be dedicated to really do the work to make it through this shit, family, if you want to make it through this. Like, because it's getting serious. Like I said, you have to get back in alignment with who you were anciently. That's the times we're moving into. That's why things are getting chaotic. That's why they running bills higher. That's why they making you slave like crazy. They want your mind off of getting back to who you were. They don't want us to rise. They want us to stay stuck in this system, and they want us to stay trapped and helping feed the beast of Babylon and helping build up their matrix programming, which is they matrix construct, which is they program. But now, as the guys are remembering who we are, we breaking the chains and the curses off of us, and we reclaiming back our power, our energy, and our authority, and we're reclaiming our divinity and our destiny in this lifetime. So the enemy can no longer hold us. Satan can no longer create illusions to stop us, family. But this message really for people out here who disrespect Mother Nature. And then a lot of people wonder why the shit that's happening on the planet is happening. Like, Mother Nature gonna fight back as well. Look at the elements. Not too long ago, you see with the fire, you got 4 elements: the earth, air, water, fire. But using a couple examples, look at the water that just happened with that flood in Texas. You know, the water is alive too. The water is a spirit, and it is alive too, and it's fighting back with Mother. The elements are fighting back. You look at the fire that happened in California with the wildfires, or you look at the fire with the Nottoway plantation when it got burnt down. You see the ancestors are working through the elements. They fighting back through the elements. It's a spiritual war that we're in. We're literally in a spiritual warfare right now. So everything that's happening around you is spiritual. Bodies being hijacked, that's spiritual. Demons walking in vessels, that's spiritual. They only can walk in these soulless beings vessels though. People who lack a soul and a consciousness. So it's like we really in a warfare for real, for good versus evil, righteousness versus unrighteous. And it's like, what side you gonna be on? But respecting this planet, you know what I'm saying? That's key, family, for you to even start, you know, as far as trying to, you know, be on the righteous side, you know, to do what's right. You got to start by respecting the planet first. and respecting Mother Nature, respecting divine source, the Most High Divine Mother and Father. And you should be respecting yourself too, right? You shouldn't litter, you shouldn't throw nothing on the ground when there's literally a trash can to put this garbage in, literally. That really made me sick to see people litter. Like, I can't do that no more. Like, I literally have to throw this shit away when I'm done consuming whatever it is I got. I have to, because it's just that love for Mother. It's just that connection, you know. But I'm telling you, like, it's turning up like that. All this stuff that's taking place, that's because the frequencies are rising and the elements are alive, along with the ancestors, family, and they're helping the gods and goddesses in this fight. We're not in this alone. We have our whole entire spiritual team, cosmic family with us, watching over us. These NPCs, agents, you know, these gang stalkers, they can watch us all day, but they got to worry about who watching them. My spiritual team, my ancestors, your spiritual team. That's who watching them. So they got the bigger problems on their hands, and they sitting here worried about us. But yeah, man, we definitely moving into them times where you have to respect source. Everything comes from divine, everything comes from nature. Literally, your food, like your vegetables, your fruits, everything that's here to heal us comes from nature. All the herbs, natural and organic herbs and things that's healing for our body and for our vessels, it comes from nature. If it don't come from nature, don't take it. That's literally all I can say. If you want to know if something is healthy or not, if it didn't come straight from Mother Nature, or if it's seedless, it's not healthy, family. It's not healthy, because everything has to be planted. Like a seed got to be planted before it grow and sprout. And it has to be watered. So if a fruit or vegetable is seedless, it's processed. And a lot of American food is processed. So it's like, damn, it's like, damn it, you trying to win, and it's like, as far as your health, but it's the fruits and shit still fuck with, and they still spray all type of pesticides and different spray and chemical. They still play with the fruits as well and the vegetables as well. So the best thing to do, you know, is really to avoid it. You know, you do what you can. You eat you a few fruits and vegetables. You know, it's all GMO, but you do what you can, you know, to the best of your ability as far as working on your health and working on that until you can fully detach from even consuming all this stuff. It takes time, man. I'm not beating nobody up in the head about it, because it does take time. It's not an overnight process. And then it's just like, you know, the best thing to really do is fast, because that heals and take care of everything. Like, that completely heals your whole DNA and your whole body and your DNA. It really repairs your entire DNA when you fast. I mean, like, go on a water fast, or just where you don't eat no foods, you don't consume no food, but just waters, or like coconut water, spring water, natural spring water, and coconut waters. You know, that's like from a river like area, like find like a nice well or somewhere with fresh organic spring water, man. Like, just anywhere where you could get fresh water from in nature, family. Organic spring water, even down to like the fruits, like the real organic fruits with seeds that grew from nature, contains the H3O, which is the water in the fruits. That's also good to consume. Also a great source, you know, to consume, as far as you like having water, you know, source when you're on a fast, because you're just taking the waters from the fruits, which is really what we're supposed to be consuming as far as when it comes down to water, right? Taking it from organic sources. And everything on this planet, before the oppressor and these Spanish conquistadors conquered our land and took over our planet and destroyed our food, our resources, and poisoned everything, right? Before it was like that, like I said, we was able to survive and live off the land naturally, off of these resources. We didn't have to pay money, go to work to get it. You know, anciently, of course, goods was exchanged. Like, goods was exchanged between the gods. Like say a god probably needed food and another god probably needed wood or something to create shelter or a home. You know, they exchanged it out, you know, for each benefit. Like, you give me what I need and I got what you need, God. You know, we worked together. We worked. It was all about unity. It was all about us being together. And that's what we need to get back to. Connecting with our people, getting back connected with our soul family, getting back connected to the Most High Divine Mother and Father, Divine Source, and our entire spiritual team, and raising the frequencies on this planet and doing what we're supposed to do as far as walking in our divine purpose. You know, because the planet is really shifting, family, literally. And a lot of people say, oh, I could eat what I want to eat, that don't affect me. But it does affect you. You are what you eat. For real, family. It's that deep. You are what you eat. And they put so much stuff, the oppressors and these people, right? The same people who conquered our land, they put so much chemicals and processed processed stuff in these foods to keep you trapped in the matrix, to keep you stuck here mentally as far as your mind. Because what you consume is what you are. And just look at all, like I said, look on the back of these ingredients. If it's more than 2-3 ingredients, family, it's GMO, it's fucked with, it's chemicals all in it. And a lot of this stuff have way more than 1 or 2, 3 chemicals in it. So it was a lot of, you know, lab engineering and, you know, a lot of bioengineering shit being done and artificial stuff being done to create these processed foods. So be mindful of what you're consuming, family, because your body is your temple. It's your temple, and health is wealth. But it starts within. It starts within. How you take care of yourself is how you gonna feel on the outer. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not gonna feel the best. So if you're consuming processed foods or junk food and things that's not here to, you know, give you that alkaline energy and electrolytes like you need as a divine being, then you're gonna feel less. You're gonna feel low vibrational. You're gonna feel unmotivated. You're gonna always feel less than who you are because of what you're consuming. And basically all this stuff was designed to basically play with our genetics, affect our genetics, because as gods and goddesses, we're not supposed to be consuming this stuff. It's not designed for our bodies. It's not designed for our genetic makeup. It look good as fuck. All this food, chips, all this stuff be looking good to you, but it's not good for you. So just be mindful of that, family. I ain't trying to tell nobody what to do or what to eat, but this is a journey. It is a process to go through this journey, but it's all about you having discipline, and it's all about how bad do you want it. How bad do you want to make a difference in your life or make a change for the better for yourself? And how bad do you want to become the best version of yourself? That comes with letting go of things that no longer serve you or things that's not in alignment with your most authentic self. And that comes with what you consume. So be mindful of that, family, because the food do affect people's minds out here. And you wonder why people out here going crazy and losing their mind around these times. Yeah, the frequency rising, but it's also the stuff that you putting in your vessel as well. Because if you eat low vibrational foods, you continue eating processed foods or meats, you're going to always feel low vibrational. You're going to always be in a low frequency, and you will never be able to vibrate on a high frequency and really experience what that's like if you're still trapping yourself and feeding your temple with things that's not alkaline or that's in alignment with your genetic makeup. But if this video resonate with y'all, family, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Share this video to more divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. If y'all would like to book a consultation call with me, email me. My email will be down in the description box below so that we can get that set up for you a day and a time. And you can have a one-on-one consultation call over the phone with me, and we could discuss anything that you might need clarity on, anything that you want to dive deeper into, whatever it may be, family. Serious inquiries only. Like I said, it'll be down. My email will be down in the description box below. Share this video to more divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. Divine Intellect signing out. Love.